especially Maldivian authorities for hosting this very much important event for both of the countries. And I hope that our whole day program will strengthen that tie, bonding between the two countries, and especially we know that many Bangladeshis are working here and they are contributing to the society and economy of Maldives as well as to the society and economy of Bangladesh. So I think this gives us a great opportunity for us to, bridges the gaps and also strengthen our bonds between the two countries. So I would like to first invite Mr. Ismail Wisham, President, Bar Council of Maldives, for giving his interventions.
Thank you. My name is Ismail Wisham. I represent the Bar Council, the political members. Thank you, both organizations, BILC and RFMRU, for giving us the opportunity to contribute at least whatever we have to contribute to this particular cause. To start off the discussion, my job is to outline generally as to the legislative framework. I think we're okay. Everybody can. Specifically for citizens, like voting, like participating in political parties per se. But generally, all the rights are afforded to every citizen, every person who resides or works or is under the protection of the Maldivian flag. In other words, all of the fundamental liberties and rights that are enjoyed by Maldivians, say for just a few, like voting, like participation in political parties, are afforded to migrant workers or expatriates or foreigners in the same manner as Maldivians. Just to start off, but again, this is theoretically speaking, just to start off. The Maldives has also signed or ratified all 8 core ILO conventions. All of them, they've been ratified, and employment law, labor law has been one of the areas that are most developed or tested or quite beautifully it has grown over the last 10 to 12 to 13 years. But interestingly, we have not signed the Migrant Workers Convention, ICR, and the International Covenant on Migrant Workers. And this question was posed to the Maldives in 2015 at the UPR cycle in 2015 in Geneva. Our official response to the UPR cycle was that but when we want to place reservations on conventions before we ratify them, before we sign them, or before we accede to them, then more than 75% of the whole convention we need to reserve. Ideally, because it has a lot of implications on a pluralistic society with a pluralistic approach to religion, education, social, economic norms, and all of this. So a country, we ourselves call it jealously guarding the position of Islam. So the suggestions or provisions within the ICRMW were a bit too combustible in that sense. We do not want, our national policy did not align with the ICRMW. So we have not signed it, per se. Practically speaking, even though we have the constitution in place, practically speaking, we've seen that the migrant workers population, or the expected population, especially the Bangladeshis community in the Maldives, are denied certain basic rights such as the right to assembly, the right to freedom of speech, and the right to exercise their political participation in general. Migrant workers, expatriates, and foreigners do not fall within the electorate. The politicians have no place per se in getting the thoughts of the migrant workers in line with their national policies. But over the last 10 to 12 years, we've seen 3 or 4 situations where the government has actively blocked protests and assemblies of sorts. And the sad part is this executive action is backed by diplomatic cooperation as well. You've seen the consular officers and the high commissions. Of course, it's arguable you have to deal with bilateral relations in a very sensitive manner. But this action on part of the government was given full cooperation and support from the relevant consular officers, from the relevant diplomatic channels that they unfortunately have to resort to. So it's a give and take. On the one hand, in a nutshell, theoretically we have one of the best legal systems in place. One of the best, even the court, you've seen, we give affirmative action to expatriate workers. For example, living allowance, traveling allowance, and Maldivian workers, they complained, they took the matter to the High Court in 2017, and the High Court decided that expatriate population, the migrant workers, they need extra protection because they've left their homeland, they've come to a foreign country, and we, as the host country, we have to give them the due respect, the due protection, the due courtesy that we can afford to international. So even the judicial, response is very positive, per se. But again, the executive's response has not. And I will underline this. We have seen some consular officers, including the Bangladeshi High Commission. I have to point. The Bangladeshi High Commission has been very active in trying to find, for example, legal aid for Bangladeshis in detention centers, and legal aid for Bangladeshis who have complaints of their wage theft and whatnot. So you've seen some consular officers and diplomatic channels are very keen to try to resolve the matter further. But this is not so. This is not the case for everybody. Mass expulsions is an area of concern in the Maldives. We readily resort to mass expulsions. I think we had one even last year where the government rounds up expatriates or migrant workers like cattle or like animals, and they're put in a mass expulsion exercise, while international law explicitly prohibits it.